Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So we're gonna go and dive right into the holiday season for our Tuesday technique videos. And for this card, I had a general idea of what I wanted to do. It was just trying to execute it. So I took the 2 ornament stamps from this set that was in my stash, and I inked it up with VersaFine ink. And what I'm going to do is wind up embossing it in, I want to say it's liquid platinum. Hold on. Yeah, it's from Ranger. It's the liquid platinum embossing powder. To me, it gives it almost like a rose gold. It's like a pink tint to it, to the platinum color, I guess. I love it. It's one of my favorites and ones that I grab pretty often. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be showing you a little bit of the steps that I do. I'm making 6 cards, and I'm trying to show you fully on camera at least one, okay? But with every step, I do the same for the other 5 cards, okay? I know there's a lot of different techniques and videos on mass producing, but during the holiday seasons, especially with everybody trying to do, you know, a lot of holiday cards, it's just easier to make sure that whatever step you're doing, like with the stamping and the embossing, you do all of that for however many number you're doing, and then you cut all of them out at the same time, and then you go to the next step. So it's like each step, so that way you don't have to go back and try and catch back up on certain ones. Now up here in the right corner, I'm putting down some score tape. And I'm going to tell you right here, I messed up. I laid down my foil with the shiny spot, the shiny part down. And it was supposed to be the shiny foil up. Okay? Don't do what I did. Pay attention. I don't know what. I was having some major issues. And for whatever reason, it wasn't making sense. So now I'm going to lay it down correctly, and we're going to rub our foil so that when we pull it up, we have a nice little piece of foil there. And then we're going to take the top, the die for like the top of the ornament, and cut that out. And I would suggest, if you ever have the opportunity to get stamps and die sets to match, I always get them, even if I don't think I'll ever cut them out, only because you never know. You never know when you're going to want to, you know, not have to fussy cut, you know, 12 ornaments because you're making a bunch of Christmas cards. So the dies definitely do help, okay? So we're just going to run this through our Cuttlebug. And if you have the Cuttlebug, it's the A plate, C plate, and the B plate. And now I'm going to take it apart, because for each card I'm going to have 2 ornaments. So there's the first one, there's the second one, and then you are going to have to run this piece through multiple times, so that way you would have 2 toppers, you know, one for each ornament. So what I did was, off camera, I got all of the other cards, the other 5 done, and now I'm going to show you, I'm attaching my toppers, and I just attached them with pieces of foam tape, so that way it gives it a little bit of dimension. And then I know I wanted to put one flat to the card, and don't mind the back. I like to use paper if I print out something. I was using my good paper for my crafting because I ran out, and since it was a mistake or a bad print, I just still used the paper. It's going to be down on the card, so no one's going to see it. So once I get it taped down, I used foam tape for the other ornament. Now here's the trick. The little stapler from Tim Holtz, I am going to staple my ribbon here, so that way it's attached very lightly I tried tying a knot on one of the cards and it worked, but I found that this was a lot easier, and it made it easier for me to attach my bow. So once again, we're going to staple it as in the middle of the, 2 strands as possible. And then you're just putting tape on the back behind the ornament, so that way you can't see it through the vellum. And then I also pre-did my bows, which, let me tell you, with the thin ribbon, it can be a pain in the butt. That's why I didn't force you guys to sit here and watch me tie a bow, okay? So I'm just attaching those with glue dots. And I knew I wanted to put the sentiment right down in the bottom right of the ornament. And because I'm using the VersaFine black onyx ink, I am going to cover it with some embossing powder after I stamp it. But instead of using clear, I wanted to use black embossing powder. And I wanted to use the black because I really wanted a vibrant black on, for the sentiment on the front of the card. And this just shows you can use any embossing powder. You stamp with the black ink, and you can use the black, the clear. We probably could even use the gold. It doesn't matter because the ink is gonna let the embossing powder melt to it. So once we get that done, now we're going to attach the front piece. I have a piece of cardstock here that's cut to 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, just so that I have a nice small border around the edge. And then to attach the vellum piece, I'm just putting tape behind the ornaments, and then I'm taking 2 small glue dots and I'm putting them right on the back of the ribbon that I had going over, or that edge, the piece of paper there, so that way it'll hold it down securely up at the top and where the ornaments are. And I'm just pressing to make sure it's down. See, it's not lifting up. And then right here, I'm just going to tear a little bit of the bottom. And I like to tear towards me so that it creates a nice look on it on the edge. And for the front, that's it. That's all we're going to do. Now, for the inside, there was a strip of paper when I was cutting my 6x6 sheets down. There was one strip, and I just put tape down it and put it along the left edge there. And then we're going to ink up the inside sentiment. That's one of the good things about this stamp collection that I'm using from my stash. It had a sentiment for the front and a sentiment for the inside, and they work perfectly together. And there you have it, a card complete. And I'm going to just lay here. I did 3 in the pink, and then I did 3 in blue. Alright, so thank you guys for joining me today. Make sure as you get ready for this holiday season and you're doing your holiday cards, if you want to do mass producing, just do each step at a time, okay? Thanks for joining me. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. And excuse the phone, but I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you with our next video.